I don't think we can ever exhaust the talk of purpose. And some people think that purpose is a one time thing or about career alone. I see it as a seasonal and transitional thing. I like to categorize it. Days ago, I posted on my status that if you have any topic you can suggest for me that I can do, make a video on, then you should drop it in my DM. And someone sent a topic on purpose, said I should talk on purpose. So it's purpose is something I've actually talked about at an event, and it is something that we hear every day. How to discover purpose. People host events for this topic, and I don't think we can ever exhaust the talk of purpose. And some people think that purpose is a one-time thing or about career alone, and when they are faced with season of unclarity on what to do, they will say, what is my purpose? But I don't see purpose as just career. I don't see it as a one-time thing. I see it as seasonal, and I see it as this seasonal and transitional thing. I like to categorize it. There is purpose, there is place purpose, there is career purpose, there is time purpose, there is marital purpose, there is material purpose. Yes, there is material purpose, and then there is calling. Now I'm going to break it down as quick as possible because I don't want this video to be long. I was reflecting one time, I think after hearing a preacher said something or so, and then I wrote down this meaning of purpose, that purpose is a seasonal assignment that ripens based on transition with time and the calling placed upon your life. Now, it is not, I used to say that when you live your life, don't live your life as a walking dead. You should find something that you are actually called to do in this life. Now I said that purpose is not a one-time thing, so I'm going to talk on place purpose. Now, place purpose, think about a place, that place you are residing right now. Yeah, there will come a time where you feel that this place is not meant for you anymore. I mean, I've had experiences like that. Or you just wake up one morning, this is a place that you've always enjoyed staying, and all of a sudden you just feel like you feel restless, you don't feel like staying there anymore. And that is because your time there, your purpose for that place has been fulfilled, or your time is up in that place. So if at all you were in a particular place and you've not fulfilled purpose in that place, then there is a problem. So wherever you are, be it in school, be it in church, be it in school where you are serving, wherever you think you are, even in your workplace, find a time to think about what you're actually supposed to fulfill in that place. Let's say as a worker, your job is to do your work well, have a good work ethics and all of that. Just think about what you're supposed to fulfill in that place as a person, as a worker. So that's a place purpose. So don't just be in a particular place. Sometimes people find themselves where they are not supposed to be, and that is where you start having series of problems in your life. You will start feeling unhappy, things will not work out for you, and then you just be wondering, why is my life like this? Sometimes you can think that you are not progressing in life, whereas that is not where you're supposed to be. So before you go to any place, you're supposed to pray and ask God for direction. Am I supposed to be in this place? Like for me, I'm about to go for my NYSC, and having understood what place purpose is, I'm praying that God, please let me go to a place where I'm meant to be. Don't go to a place where you're not supposed to, be, where you're not supposed to reside. Because if you're in the right place, you can actually meet your spouse there, you can actually meet a sponsor there, you can actually be very happy. Like, you don't necessarily need too much, but just being in the right place can make you so happy. Do you get? Now there is time purpose. Time purpose is, think about age, think about seconds, the minutes, the daily, the days in a week, month, years. Now, when people say when the time comes, now there is a season of your life where some things are not meant to work out. You are meant to go through some things. It could be transformation in your life. It could be you going through a phase where, after coming out from that phase, you're supposed to help somebody in the future, or you're supposed to just you just find yourself in a season where you're wondering, why am I in this season? So that is time purpose. So when you are faced with any season of your life, in time, in a day, always ask yourself, what I always ask God, rather, what can I do in this in this time, in this season that you've given me? And then there is, even when it comes to marriage, okay, I'm going to talk about marital purpose. Of course, when it comes to marriage, there is time. There is time. So maybe the time you are getting married is not meant to be was not supposed to be the time you're supposed to get married, but because of pressure, because you found someone that professed love to you and all of that, and then you just jump into it without asking God for confirmation and all of that. And then there is career purpose. That is where a lot of young people, or even people in their 80s, 40s, 50s, are even still finding it hard to know. People are still asking, oh, what is my purpose on earth? What is my purpose on earth? And of course, I want you to keep something in mind. You always discover your purpose every single day. So when you wake up every day of your life, ask God, what is my purpose for today? So every single day you are meant to fulfill purpose on earth, because that was why you were created. That was why you came to the world. So now when it comes to career purpose, think about your talents. If you're having issues with knowing what your purpose is when it comes to your career, write down your talents, the talents that you have. One is talent. The things you have interest in. There is talent, there is interest. So the things you have interest. Some people say, I don't have talent. Of course, we may not have talent, but I don't believe anybody on earth doesn't have talent. Some people say, I don't have talent. How about the things you have interest in? So write the things that you have interest in. It could be football. You do know you can create a career around football. You don't necessarily need to be a player. Just write down the things that you have interest in. Write them. It may be up to 5, maybe up to 10. Then pick the one that really rings a bell. Go for a training. Think of what you can do to break this thing and understand that thing. If it's to get a course, get it. If it's to read more books on it, read more books. If it's to practice for years, so just so that you can be a professional in it, do that. Because while you are trying to improve yourself in that field, you are also feeling that you're fulfilling a purpose. So there's how you can do something you're not supposed to do, and you're not happy. You're not happy. So stop saying you don't have talent. Stop worrying yourself over not knowing your purpose on earth. Pray about it. And these are the things you need to also understand. Which area of your life do you really need to find this purpose? Is it place? Is it time? Is it marital? And then that takes us to the next thing, which is marital purpose, and which it has to do with the person you marry. There are people that just jump into marriage because of love. Only because of love, because of money. Let me not put love per se. Let me just say emotions, or money, or peer pressure, and all of that. Are you supposed to get married to that person? Do you know that if every marriage is supposed to fulfill purpose on earth? So when you marry this person, now you're going to fulfill that purpose. The purpose, that purpose that I'm talking about is the calling, which we are going to talk about. So the next thing we have is calling, which is now what everybody on earth has. Now calling has to do with the God's purpose upon your life, because there's a scripture that says, before you were formed I knew you. God knows us. God knows what we're meant to fulfill on earth. Noah was brought into this world so that he could save souls. Jesus Christ came to the world so he could save souls. Hannah came to the world so that he could give us Samuel. Rachel came to the, and other things like that. There's something called calling. So aside from place purpose, aside from time purpose, aside from career purpose, aside from material purpose, there is something we call calling. So have to discover what your calling is on earth. And I think that is another thing that people used to find confusing, and that is where you need to pray so hard. You can fast for it, fast and pray, and somehow you can actually be fulfilling your calling, but you're not paying attention to it. You are not paying attention. So always try and pay attention to your everyday life. And when it comes to purpose, we are looking at passion, and then there's passion, and then there's purpose. Passion is that thing that you have a strong interest in. There's a strong range of interest in that thing, that if you wake up this today, you can talk about it, you can do something about it. You don't need to be prepared about for it. So there's purpose. So when you have passion, think about the purpose behind this passion. So it's a two-way thing. So think about the purpose for this passion. So you can have passion for things you're not supposed to have passion for. So it's not all the passions that you actually implement in life. Do you understand? So whatever your passion is, write it down. And that is where, when you're doing your assessment for your career purpose, write down your talents, write down your interests, and pick one that really rings a bell. And in everything you're doing, try as much as possible to include God. Pray about it. Fast if you must. And then seek counsel. So every day of your life, one is meant to discover their purpose on earth, which is time purpose. Every single day of your life, you're meant to discover what your purpose is on earth. So your purpose for today may just be to go and help somebody on the road. Somebody, maybe probably to carry this woman's tray on her head. That can just be your only purpose. So purpose is not a one-time thing. It's not a career thing only. There is place, there is time, there is career, there is marital, there is material, which is another one we're talking about. Material, in the sense, when you talk about material, think of money, think of clothes, think of your house, think of your car, think of your resources per se. So your money, the money that God can give you money now, and that money is not meant for you. It's meant for somebody. It's meant for somebody. It's meant for nobody. And then the clothes you are currently wearing, you can just wake up in the morning and say, God, go and give somebody this clothes. You can give somebody. So the money, the resources you think you have also can fulfill a purpose. This is there for a purpose. The house you own can be to house somebody someday. The car you have is not just for you and your family. Do you get? So when you are confused on when you keep asking yourself, what is my purpose, I want you to do one simple thing for me. Write down in categories. Write place purpose, time purpose, career purpose, material purpose, calling, and I don't know if I've missed anyone here. Write those things down. If it is one category that is really bothering you for that season, pray on that. Let's say for me now is place purpose. So I would pray on my place purpose. Where am I meant to be? Because there's a place you can actually, and it proved when I went to school. For 3 years I did not have admission, and it was clear to me first day that I went to school that, I don't know, it was as if God was just speaking to me, and I said to myself, this was where I was meant to be. God would have given me admission in Unity, because of course I had a very great JAM score, but I did not get it. I would have got to admission in University of Abuja, but I did not get it. And then over the years, God did a great thing for me, to use me to do great things, in the place that I was, and it made me to be very careful of wherever I find myself. So don't just jump into any place just because you want to go there. Even when you're traveling to somewhere, ask yourself, am I meant to travel to this place? So take every part of your life seriously, and don't combine everything together and worry over it. Write it down in categories. Place purpose. Okay, what is my seasonal problem right now? Is it marital purpose? If it's marital purpose, of course I'll pray over these things. There are scriptures to read, there are sermons to go through, there are series of practices you can actually start doing. Read books, attend conferences. I hope this helps someone out there. And if you're going through career purpose season, I need you to take it more seriously. You need to read a lot of books. You need to attend classes. You need to attend conferences. Do you understand? So I hope this helps you, and I hope this answered your question. And in all of these things, please do not throw away calling. Ask God what your calling is on earth. Don't just live your life like that. Okay? So I hope this helps someone out there. And stop by to always for more, for more videos like this. And if you have any topic that I can also address, you can drop it in my DM or in the comment section for me to talk about. And I hope this helps someone out there. Bye. See you next time. Chef's kiss.